Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome to the very first day of us embarking on this amazing journey for you to create your very own, very unique, and very special personal freedom blueprint. I am so blown away and honored to be able to do this work with you, and really excited about all that we're going to go through and share in the next week. So really give yourselves a huge pat on the back for being one of the brave souls that's willing to confront yourself, look at yourself, and invest some time, energy, intention, and so time, energy, and attention, as well as intention on what is important to you. And so freedom is something that is calling all of us to pay attention to it. It's the big feature of this year. And so you would have seen so many of the things, and you are all here because there's a part of your soul that resonates with the desire for freedom, for the willingness to explore what does that mean for you and how are you going to experience it. So let us get started here. So as we have a look, firstly, as I said, welcome. For those of you that don't know me, I am Taryn. I am a spiritual teacher, intuitive coach, and guide. I take on many forms between teacher, healer, and coach, and love all those aspects of the work that I do. And I'm privileged to be able to do this work with you, as I've said today. So every day for the next 5 days, and I'll take you through a little bit of what happens after that. Every day you will receive a video like this one, where you will get some daily guidance and teaching. So I'll be taking you through some different thoughts and ideas around freedom and the way that it has come through to me, in the way that the guides bring forward information. And I have a whole lot that they've already been showing, but I do know that as I show up to these videos, amazing stuff starts to come forward as I channel and connect with them. And so every day you get a sort of real opportunity to hear and learn and ponder and contemplate on this idea of freedom for you. And I encourage you to use those teachings in a way not to agree or disagree with them, but in a sort of way of allowing newness to filter into your consciousness and remind you of what it is you already know, and bring into your awareness some new thoughts and ideas of what is possible. And so every day, as I said, you will receive a video that shares some of that. I'll try and keep it as short as possible, but sometimes there's just so much amazing stuff to share. And that is why I have made the decision that you are able to keep these videos for life, that this is something that you'll be able to go back to and listen to over and over and over again. So you don't need to try and make sure you get it all because it's going to be gone at the end of the week. This is yours to keep. And you can pause it and you can stop it and you can slow it down and you can do whatever you need to along the way. You will also every day receive exercises to create your personal soul blueprint. Now, what I mean by personal freedom blueprint, what I mean by that is at the end of the week, you're going to have a whole lot of amazing information that is a freedom toolkit for you. And you're going to put that down into a creative way that is important and useful and practical and meaningful to you. So that could take the form of a postcard, a piece of paper where you create something. It could be something you write up in your journal. You could do it online on Canva or on even Pinterest or somewhere where you create a sort of way of containing all the information that you received this week and putting it out into an artifact in the world, a blueprint that you can connect with throughout the year to remind you about freedom. So release the need to know where you're going with this. Rather allow yourself to explore each day's exercises as we go through them and let it emerge. I promise you, let it emerge. Please don't sit here and try and make decisions now about what you're going to be doing. the whole essence of freedom is the releasing control and allowing your spirit to come forward and share with you something that may be new and exciting and interesting for you. But what you will have at the end of the week is a way of representing freedom to yourself so that you can find a very easy way of staying aligned with that through this year and probably in the years ahead. So it's a beautiful journey, a beautiful opportunity to grow and to learn about yourself. And so release all expectations and just follow the exercises, follow the steps. Now, whilst you get the videos forever, I would highly recommend enjoying the process with us and doing as many of the exercises as you can. Some days there's more and some days there's less. They are never compulsory. There's no, freedom blueprint police after you saying, have you done it and have you done it properly? It is a spark of imagination. It is an opportunity for you to invest time and energy and attention on yourself, as I said. And I'd encourage you to do that. As you go through that, you will be able to then see in a week how much your consciousness can shift. And you'll be able to do that along with a lot of other like-minded souls. And that would be amazing, not only for our individual consciousness, but the group consciousness as a whole. As all of us change, we allow others to change around us. And at the end of the week, you're going to get an invitation to a Freedom Live session. So that's next week. I think it's Tuesday, the 9th of February in the evening. I'll be doing a live interactive session for whoever has gone through the journey and has done the exercises and has their blueprint and wants to work with it in that session. I'll be live with you, so we'll be able to be more interactive. You'll be able to talk and ask questions and share, and we'll have lots of ways of you integrating all the exercises that you've done this week. So the ticket into the live is that you have kept up with the exercises and done some of the work that you need to do. But please don't make it a have to, a must, or should. Connect with what moves you and how you want to work with it. And trust me, the exercises are going to feel so amazing to you. You're going to want to do them. And then every day you will also receive giveaways. So as you saw in the email, congratulations to the 10 winners. All the information's there around how to claim your giveaways, your prizes. Every single day there will be new prizes. Readings with me, some of them are bigger prizes than others. But everything's magical. It's cards. Step Into Your Light has come forward and donated some amazing prizes. So there's that. So lots of amazing things. In order to be eligible for the giveaways, all you need to do is at the end of this video, I will give you a question that you will use to answer that question on this YouTube video. So you will go and put your answers on the YouTube video, and I will do a lucky draw, and I will announce every day when you get the email, the winners from the day before will be there, and you need to contact me to claim your prize. So your name will be there. You need to email me, and then we will get your amazing prizes to you. So it's every day, and really cool prizes. There is 2 huge prizes at the end of the week. I will be giving away a 5-session coaching program with me, which is worth 3,800 Rand, I think it is, or something, for you to work with around what has come up for you in this journey and anything else in your life. So it's 5-month coaching program, 5 1-hour Zoom sessions with me. And there will also be, I think there's 2 or 3, I can't remember the details now, lucky winners that will get access to the Evolve program, the full set of spiritual laws that is useful during times of change. In order to be eligible for that prize at the end, is you need to have commented or contributed in a comment on every single day's video from today. So anybody who from today is putting down a comment, a question, a thought, a reflection, answering the questions I'm asking, you are eligible for a prize at the end of the week. And it's an amazing prize. I think a lot of people say it is anyway. All right, so let's get on with it. Let's go. So as we get started, one of the things I'm going to encourage you to do every day as you are listening to this video or to the video that comes is to have a piece of paper in front of you that you can jot down thoughts and notes. So I've said on this one, freedom is the oxygen of the soul, because I love that quote. And really think of it as creating a sort of mind map. This does not need to be logical. It does not need to be rational. It needs to be more sort of like a, oh, I want to remember that. What's something Taryn said, or what's an idea coming up for me? What's something I need to just become aware of or notice. And so this page, every day, you will then end up with 5 pages that have got all these myriad of expressions and thoughts and words and doodles and whatever it is on there. So if you need to pause the video now to get a piece of paper, write freedom on it in whichever way you want. I've put it in the center because I quite like visual mind maps. You can do that. If you don't want to do it on a piece of paper and you have a journal dedicated to this, then just make each page, each day, have its own page of reflections and intuitions and nudges, and you'll be able to start working with that. So freedom, what is it? And what are we talking about specifically in this program when we're referring to freedom? Firstly, many of you have done the Soul Compass workshop or have got invitation from your higher self readings, and so you've already got some information. Please feel free to use that and integrate that into this journey as we're doing that. 2021 is a 5-year. 5 is 22 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1 is 5. And the key word is freedom. And so as I was doing the Soul Compass workshop, so much came forward around freedom, and that manifested in this amazing week of work that we are doing together. And so when we even just bring up the word freedom, it's important for you on an internal level to start noticing what are the emotions, the thoughts, the beliefs, the stories, the ideas you have about freedom. This workshop is going to disrupt many of those thoughts and introduce you to different ones. And the truth of freedom is that it is as unique as each person is in their life. It is also very unique to the time you are in your life right now. So what freedom would have meant for me 10, 15, 20 years ago is radically different to what freedom is now. As my consciousness expands, as my life evolves, as I become more aware of different things. So we need to see freedom as a fluid thing. Freedom is something that moves with us in our lives. It's an experience, it's a state, it's a way of showing up and being in the world. Is how free am I in my life? How free am I in my experience of my life? So freedom is something that we need to get quite intimate with. And so this journey to freedom, even if you're doing it with another person and you're sharing, which is amazing, by the way, how cool is that to be able to do that? It's important to not compare. Sharing, amazing. Comparing, not useful. Because as I compare something that is important to me with something that you say is important to you, our mind wants to go into what's right and wrong. And in order for us to truly embrace freedom, the number one thing we need to release is what's right, what's wrong, what's good and what's bad, is just what is it for me? What is freedom in my life about? What is the freedom that I desire, that I long for? What would freedom look like and sound like and be like for me is a really important question to start pondering on. And you've already started through the journey of what is freedom for me. Essentially, freedom is the permission to be fully you and to live your life according to the way you want to live it. That is the heart of what freedom is about. This is not about obeying the rules or not obeying the rules. This is not about, who's in charge and not in charge. This is about, as I navigate my life, how am I free to respond, to choose, to be, to do, to have whatever I want, which could include nothing. If I want nothing, get nothing. So freedom is really a sort of place of communion with yourself. It is the alignment between all the various facets of ourselves that come into a harmony and say, that feels amazing. I feel free now. And we may have other words that describe it: peace or joy or harmony, flow, divine grace. It doesn't matter. You can start to explore those words. What is important is that freedom, it means that I am fully aligned and authentically expressing me in my life. That I am free to be me. I am free to be me is the heart of what freedom is about. And so as we are creating our personal freedom blueprint, we will be looking at the things I want to do and the things I want to have that epitomize a free life for me. Most importantly, though, we're going to be looking at, how do I give myself freedom to be me? And so when we look at the experience of freedom, it's the experience of living my life fully aligned to me. Now, that is a journey that we're going to continuously undertake, because that is the gift of our life. But in this workshop, you're going to get clear about what that would look like, sound like, and feel like. How it's going to come together so that you can describe freedom for you. At the end of this week, you will be able to describe freedom for you. This is what freedom for me is. And that's beautiful, to just honor what that may be like. And I promise you, you don't know it yet. Yeah, you may have some snippets of clues, but I really encourage you to get almost open-hearted and curious about discovering what freedom to be me is. Yeah? And how that then manifests into the way I show up in the world, and the things I do in the world, and the things I have in the world. And so this is about attracting what it is you want, but we're going to do that from the place of an inside-out process. So freedom has got lots of different feelings to it, lots of different experiences to it. We can sit in our life and feel very trapped, feel like there is nothing going my way, feel like I'm waiting for someone to come and fix something for me, that I feel like I'm stuck or I can't move. And many of you will be on this workshop feeling that way, and that's okay to honor it. Let's start with the truth. Let's start with where I'm at. And we'll be doing that as part of the exercises today. Knowing where I'm at is really, really important. And then we need to release all the stories we have about why we are where we are, and learn how to shift so that I can break free of any of my own internal stories, thoughts, wounds, experiences that keep me in that place. So this freedom feeling of feeling expansive and open and in awe of life is something we need to learn how to cultivate within us so that we can experience it continuously. We can experience it in all moments of our lives. Now, this is not about escaping anything. This is honestly about facing things and saying, okay, if this is where I'm at in my life, it's something, let's be real about it. Let's be truthful about it. Let's notice. And then let me take responsibility for shifting myself in it, and therefore attracting different things into my life. So this is not a series of workshops about how someone is going to free you. It is also not about how to break free. This is a workshop about how to be free, how to live free, how to experience freedom in your life. And that's an important thing for us to start noticing, is how do I create freedom from the inside out rather than the outside in? What I mean by that is this program, freedom is not about the external circumstances changing so that I feel free. So this is not, if I'm looking at financial freedom, this is not waiting and putting 1,000 plans in place for money to drop into my bank account and then I will be free. This is so much more about honoring where I'm at in my experience in my life, embracing what me being free to choose how I want to respond to that, choose what I'm going to do about it, choose how I'm going to act on it, choose my life path in that. And in that, accessing a state of freedom, an experience of freedom, so that I start to manifest and create a life of freedom for myself. So this is not a plan that one day you will then wake up and say, oh, now I'm free because I have the car, or because I have this, or because I have that. It's not a future state. It's not a goal. It's not something we are presenting in the future. It is a current life experience. By the end of this week, it is truly integrating, I am free. I am the miracle maker. I am the creator of my life. And I am open to receive all support I need to have and do anything I want. But I'm free to create it. I'm free to do what I need to do. And so this is freedom from the inside out. This is freedom within me, so that I can create a life that is free around me. Now, that aligns with many spiritual teachers that have worked. We know Joe Dispenza works with us. We know that Abraham Hicks works with us. Anybody who does any work in abundance, Gabriella Bernstein, all of these, talk about being in the state of what you most desire. You cannot have it if you do not know how to feel it. So this is not about working hard. This is about removing the blockages to being free. This is about facing any fears and insecurities you have that comes with the responsibility of freedom. I'll talk a bit more about that now. And this is about the absolute joy of shifting into a more open, curious, playful, light-hearted state of being. So life becomes a free experience for you. Now, I really want to honor and be very clear that there are certain experiences for all of us, some more so than others, that we are trapped in certain situations. We may be, living in a country that has sort of very dominating or autocratic rules, and we are experiencing that sort of dominating force in the world. It may exist in my work, it may exist in my marriage, it may exist in many things. Honoring that that is an experience where there is factors in my life that are enforcing things on me, that is accurate and that is true, and we don't want to dismiss that. This is not bypassing it. It's noticing, how do I claim freedom in that? My freedom of response. We know Viktor Frankl's work in Man's Search for Meaning, where he says, you can never take away the way, his words specifically is, you can never make me hate you, was what he said to the gods. And there's lots of great teachers and beautiful stories about people that have gone through really, really difficult circumstances and have maintained a sense of freedom in themselves. And so noticing that and honoring that, this is not a place of pretend. This is a place of grace. Freedom is a place of ownership and accountability. And it's a place of true lightheartedness that acknowledges and deals with life as it is. Tomorrow, in the teaching tomorrow, I talk about 5 principles for freedom, and we'll talk about how you navigate some of these things. And then the days after that, we'll be doing some real work about some of these challenges that we face and how we access freedom in that. Yeah. So the freedom that we're talking about, I'm just going to ignore that slide, it doesn't need to be spoken about again, is the freedom to create the life you want to live. The freedom to create the life you want to live. So this is not hoping as a strategy that things will change for you. This is taking radical accountability that I am going to create the life I want to live. Now, in order to create the life I want to live, a couple of things are important. Firstly, you need to know which ones, which is probably the hardest thing for many souls. Some souls will find that easier, others not. What do you want? What is the life you want to live? And is it possible in your mind? Can you imagine it? And then can you feel it so that you become the magnet for attracting that life into your life? And so I'm going to be free so that I can do free. Yeah. I'm going to be free so I can do free. Yeah. And so freedom is essentially when I channel a lot of the information that comes forward around freedom, particularly the Diamond Ray Council reading that some of you, the winners from yesterday, got access to. The statement is that it's not something to get to freedom. You are free. You're free to do whatever you want. You're free to respond to your life in whichever way you want. And in those moments of how we respond, that is what we create. And so we need to respond differently. So in order to create the life we want to live, we need to take action. We need to do things differently. We need to be in a different frequency and change our habits, change the things that we do so that we can align ourselves with that and we can be free in our experience in life. And so before I go to that, as we're starting to talk about it, you'll start to there's a profound amount of opportunity and excitement. It's amazing. But the truth is, with freedom, there is a lot of fear. There's existential theory that's been done, and they talk about the 4 existential fears that we have as human beings. And one of those existential fears is freedom. Death is one of the others. I don't need to talk about the others today. You can go and look it up if you want to. Of the 4 existential fears that all human beings have, one is freedom. Now that sounds ridiculous, given that you're sitting here on this call and you have this great desire for freedom. But what we need to do is pay attention to what are the fears. If I said to you, you're free, the challenge with that is you have to take accountability for what you want to do with your time, your life, your energy. You run out of excuses of who to blame and whose fault it is that you can't be, do, and have whatever you want, that you're not living the life you want to live. If we're truly free, we are our own agents. We imperatively own our free will. And so you can start at this point to notice, how many people do you blame? Or We could blame our past. We could blame the government. We can blame people, our ancestors. We can blame the future. We can blame all sorts of things. We have reasons why we are not free. There are 1,000 trillion million stories around that. And so we end up with a lot of language like, if I was free, I would. Well, if you were free, what would you do? You are free. What's stopping you from doing it? Fear of failure, fear of standing out, fear of being unique, fear of being different, fear of not knowing how. And so then we start looking at excuses like time. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough energy. To truly be free means none of those excuses play into your consciousness either. What it replaced by is decisions, commitments. They've decided what to focus on and what not to focus on. There's a sense of clarity and boundaries of what's important for me. So I don't waste my energy and time and attention on things that aren't aligned with my freedom. Now, these are big things to ponder on and consider. And they bring into sharp focus some things to notice in yourself. This week, we're going to explore so many amazing tools around it and ways to navigate through that. But at this point, we really need to notice that for many, it feels like freedom comes with a price tag. This is from a book called The Gift by Edith Eger. I highly recommend it. Thank you, Tamsin, if you're watching. She recommended it to us. Amazing book. It says The Gift, 12 Lessons to Save Your Life. She also wrote the book, Edith Eger, The Choice. And she was in the concentration camps in Auschwitz. And she has turned her life into being a full-time therapist at supporting people with breaking free of the stories in their mind. And she has this beautiful quote: freedom comes with a price tag. We're called to take accountability for our own behavior and to take responsibility even in situations we didn't cause or choose. Freedom comes with a price tag. We're called to take accountability for our own behavior and take responsibility even in situations we didn't cause or choose. And so to be free, we need to really, really own our life. To step into this gift we've been given of free will and say, right, let me align my free will with my spirit and bring my mind, body, heart, and spirit into alignment and act in accordance with that. To dedicate my life to the expression of me, and in that I am free. To dedicate my life to the expression of me, and in that I am free. I'm going to say that again. To dedicate my life to the expression of me, and in that I am free. And that is why we have these amazing cards that have come forward to support this for 2021. The first card is it's time to create the life you want to live. The second card is be brave. And the third card is speak your truth. And so in the days that flow from here, tomorrow we'll be talking about the principles of freedom. Today's exercise is going to get you to contemplate a little bit more on what this thing for freedom is for you. From tomorrow, we're going to start with what are the principles for freedom? And then on day 3, Wednesday, we'll talk a lot about how do you create the life you want to live, the art of manifesting into reality what you want. On day 4, how does bravery look in this? How do we break up with the victim and the addictness? How do we take accountability for shifting habits and putting in place new habits? And day 5, how do I integrate this with the expression of my truth? That I can express myself freely. I dedicate my life to expressing myself freely because in that I am free. So that, in all likelihood, has given you some thoughts, some things to ponder on. So open this doorway to freedom in your heart, to start noticing, okay, what is this about for me? What is my unique take on this? What is it that you've heard today that is curious or thought-provoking, that requires you to notice something about yourself, or is invited in something new, some possibility? And so the exercises for today is your freedom mind map that you've started through this journey, is to please keep that close with you for the next 24 hours. As you've opened up this doorway, you've said to spirits, I'm open to receiving all insights and wisdoms. And so you'll have moments of reflection, thoughts will come out. You might even see things coming up in your world in synchronistic ways. You may have ideas or just awarenesses of various things going on around this concept called freedom. So please keep that close and continue to fill it in for yourself. Don't think you will remember. Jot it down. During the week, we'll keep coming back to what it is that you're jotting down there. The next thing is to complete the freedom assessment. Those of you that have done Soul Compass, you can go and spend some more time on this if you want. Those of you that haven't, this is the first time you're seeing it. The freedom assessment is having a look along these 12 areas of your life and saying to yourself, how free do I feel? And you can use these images at the top here as sort of your own sort of dial of freedom. So this is I'm trapped, I'm stuck, whatever it is, to true freedom, expressive freedom, expansive freedom, however you want to think of it. And so where do you feel like you are? And you can just shade these in and fill it in. Give yourself permission to learn about yourself with this, and to notice which areas do you feel most free in your life, and which areas are calling for you to notice the place that you're at. Remember, it all starts with being truthful. It all starts with honoring my current experience. And this is not an intellectual game, it's a feeling game. How free do you feel in these 12 areas of your life? And to complete that and notice that, and if you want to journal any awarenesses around that, you're welcome to do that. Spend as much or as little time as you want on it. Then to choose one of these areas in your life, let me just go back there, sorry. To choose one of these areas. So you may choose something that is here and you say, okay, how do I move it? And so I want you to pick one to focus on. If you want to do more than one, you can, but pick one to focus on. And what I want you to do, please, is to choose that area and start imagining what freedom would feel like in that area. Just imagining. And if your mind goes, oh, it's not possible, you haven't done it yet, blah, 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 just feeling it. We are going to feel our way through this. Thinking's not getting us very far. We'll apply our mind to it in the process. But at this point, we're feeling it. Okay. And lastly, you can listen to the freedom meditation that I have gifted you. The freedom meditation is a meditation that takes you through a journey of receiving freedom as an energetic blueprint into your energy field. And it's on a physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual level. It is all about aligning the parts of you with freedom. It's a beautiful meditation. Enjoy it. It is something you can do as often as you want, but I am going to ask you through this week to do it every day and to track for yourself what the experience is like, what happens for you. So freedom mind map, jotting down thoughts. Freedom assessment, jotting down any thoughts. One area of your life, and imagine what that would be like to be free, and the freedom meditation. Yeah, not too bad, yeah. So today's giveaways are, dun, 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 we have 8 people are going to win prizes today. So tomorrow morning in the email, the people that have won will be chosen, will be shared there. One person is going to get a 200 Rand gift card from the Step Into Your Light Cottage. Thank you, Nicolette Dalazia, who gifted that to us. Any of you who know the Step Into Your Light Cottage, an amazing place full of crystals and energetic tools. It's the most amazing place. Online store, online gift card, and it'll be couriered to you. Amazing. One person will win a set of the LightWalker cards, my deck of cards. So you'll win a full set of cards, and that will be couriered to you too. 5 people will get access to the Evolve Law of Clarity webinar and meditation. So I have run a program called Evolve, which talks about 12 spiritual laws to help you during times of change. They are amazing channels, sessions. Every day I'll be choosing one of the laws and we'll be working with it. So 5 of you will get access to that, which is a 2-hour webinar where so much guidance and a meditation that you'll have. And clarity is important to knowing what you want. And then one lucky person will win a voucher for a 1-hour Zoom session with me. So how do you enter on this video? If you want to be eligible for any of these draws or for the draws that are available at the end of the week, you need to answer this question. What did you become aware of about freedom today? What was your awareness around freedom from this session today? So you can say, the thing I became aware of is, and you can put that in the comment section. Please note the comment section is a place of love. So whatever you share, there is nobody who needs to offer any opinion of that other than support. So there you have it. Welcome to day 1. I look forward to seeing your comments on the video, and I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.